Hello and welcome to another episode of the BDO Debt Solutions podcast. I'm Tara Bellio, and in this episode, we pose the question, do you need to be debt-free to travel this summer? Right about now, there are probably a lot of Canadians yearning to hit the road or the airport for that long-awaited summer vacation. I know I get excited when the flowers start blooming and I know summer's coming and I start planning my trips because the words summer and vacation just seem to belong together. But what about that promise you made to yourself to deal with your debt? Can you do both? Travel and continue to pay down on that loan or that credit card balance? So our licensed insolvency trustees definitely have a point of view on this subject, along with some advice and strategies that will help you decide what's right for you. In this podcast, we have Craig Friesick from our Calgary office, Paul Nyatyuk from our Hamilton office, Beth Ann Bone from our Oshawa office, and Doug Jones from our Barrie office. Hi, Craig. You are a veteran of these podcast episodes, so you know we talk a lot about how important it is for Canadians to pay down their debt. So the question is, are we contradicting ourselves by advising Canadians to travel while they're paying off debt, and should they travel while they're paying off debt?
That's a really tough question because a summer vacation is so important to so many hardworking Canadians. Families look forward to getting away for some rest and relaxation. Parents feel their family deserves that downtime and they want to have time with the family and they don't want to give that up. My advice, before you decide what kind of trip you'd like to take a good hard look at your debt. What kind of debt do you have? How much debt? Is a debt repayment strategy a part of your budget? Long-term debt like a mortgage or student loans can take years to pay off. So I'm never going to advise people to wait until they're free of those debts. It just seems unrealistic and unreasonable. But if you're carrying a lot of consumer debt, like high interest credit card debt, a HELOC, or if you've got bank loans, it's really worth rethinking or downsizing your travel plans. You know, aside from debt, families should look at their overall financial health. Do you have wiggle room in your budget? Or are you maxed out each month? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, maybe this vacation is not in the cards. You shouldn't be going into more debt in order to take your vacation. A North American investment firm just released a survey saying that more than a quarter of Canadian Gen Xers haven't saved anything for retirement. That's really alarming. It's that Gen X squeeze that we talk about so often where family finances are being stretched to the limit by rising cost of living, cost of raising school-aged children, student loan debt, and then as well as the aging parents that need assistance. That sandwich is really difficult.
Paul, knowing that many Canadians will choose to travel this summer while at the same time they're paying off their debt, what are a few things people should consider when they're planning a vacation?
Vacation planning and taking vacations can be very fun and rewardable and enjoyable as well. Many people nowadays refer it to as investing in yourself. A recent TD Canada Trust poll had indicated that 95% of all Canadians, are planning on investing in themselves. And taking a vacation is a perfect opportunity. However, that poll also mentioned that almost half of Canadians are unable to. And why is that? Because they're also trying to pay down their debts at the same time. We are here to tell you that you can do both. And how do you do that? Plan ahead. Make saving for a vacation align in your monthly budget. The goal is to pay for your travel up front. Cash only, no credit. If you already have debt obligations, don't add to your stress by adding to your debt load. Putting your vacation on a credit card could mean months of additional debt payments and extra interest charges, especially if you booked your vacation well in advance. So if you think about it, you are paying back interest charges to the credit card companies for a vacation you haven't even taken. So it's important, cash only, avoid the credit as well. Avoiding travel debt is just as important as sticking to your debt repayment strategies. At BDO, one rule that we follow is the 50-20-30 rule. That is a guideline with your budget. Your income basically is broken down to 50% essentials, 20% savings, and 30% personal. Add vacation savings to your personal category, along with your other lifestyle expenses such as gym memberships, cell phone, cable, dining out. This is one area that you can adjust as well. So if you take a look at your other expenses in there, for example, your gym membership, are you using your gym membership? Is it money that you could also be putting towards a vacation? So you can also tinker with your budget so that you can save up more for a vacation. Not only so that you can take more vacations sooner, but perhaps even a longer vacation or a destination that you're unable to go to at this time. If travel is a priority, it's time to really work at your budget there. Let's work at your budget and see if we can get you on that vacation and also on investing in yourself.
Beth Ann, before we get into the benefits of a travel budget, let's talk a little bit about travel envy. It can be pretty hard to ignore the Facebook postings and the Instagram photos of a friend or family member who's having an amazing vacation. What's your advice for individuals who are tempted to blow their budget just to experience that once-in-a-lifetime trip?
Okay, so you have the travel bug. You've seen it on somebody's Facebook posting, Instagram, or someone else has just showed you pictures of their amazing vacation. The question is, can you travel while you're paying off debt? And the answer is yes, but it has to be realistic. You have to have a plan in place that allows you to continue with your monthly payments and not get yourself farther into debt for a trip. Some of the different things that we would recommend is pay cash. You're going to enjoy your vacation so much more at the end of the trip when you don't have anything to pay. You can enjoy it, it's done, and all you have is your memories, not another payment you have to deal with. The other thing is do your research and be flexible. If you're able to change your dates a little bit, you can probably get a lower price. You may be able to go through a period when things are on sale, or if it's off week, you travel from a Wednesday to a Wednesday would be much less expensive than a Saturday to Saturday. So looking at all of the different options and what's available can save you a lot of money if you take the time to research it. The other thing to look at is the free attractions. There are a lot of free attractions that are available that people who are local wouldn't even consider something to see. But if it's the first time that you've been to a city or to another country, then take the time to get to know the local community and what the free attractions are that are available. Now, when you're looking at a once-in-a-lifetime trip, something that you would like to save up for, make it part of your budget. Don't blow your budget to go on the trip. And consider the long-term promises that you've made to yourself and your family to ensure that you don't give up one of your long-term goals for a short-term gain. There are a lot of options to do quick trips or skinny vacations, such as going to a city close by where you can drive instead of fly, or staying in accommodations like an Airbnb or a hostel. Just don't forget to make your regular monthly payments to deal with your actual debt while you're enjoying your time away.
So, Doug, what advice do you have for someone who's decided to take the plunge and travel while paying off debt? How can this person avoid returning home carrying any additional debt?
If you've decided to do some traveling while carrying debt, I would suggest the starting point is the preparation of a detailed budget and travel plan. The goal will be to map out your travels and determine how much the trip will cost and compare this to your available resources. Use travel sites, blogs, and articles to research the destinations you will be attending and try to find ways to save money while seeing your desired destinations. Once you have your plans and budget put together, make sure you track your spending to ensure you remain on budget. This means tracking all expenses so you have a full summary. One of the budgeting apps that are readily available will assist you in staying on budget and making sure you don't return home with additional debt.
As always, I'd like to thank our LITs, Craig, Paul, Beth Ann, and Doug for their tips and strategies, and thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this episode of our BDO Debt Solutions podcast series. We encourage you to take this podcast and share it with friends and family who might be wondering if they can book that summer holiday, even though they're paying off debt. For more podcasts and videos, check out our YouTube channel, BDO Debt Solutions Canada. Until our next episode, I'm Tara Bellio, reminding you that it is possible to leave debt behind.